We're at the Institute of the Constitution. I'm with Brian Rohrbough, and you were talking about the pro-life industry versus the pro-life ministry. That seems like a strong, inflammatory statement, but it's important, isn't it? What is it you're talking about when you bring that up?
Well, when we look at industries, their primary concern is their own survival. And with the pro-life industry, they oppose things that could end abortion. And so they raise a lot of money. They have big salaries. They don't do anything to end abortion that's meaningful, and most of the time what they do is harmful. And it seems to me that they operate like an industry, not a ministry that loves children, that wants to end abortion. They have found something that provides them an income, provides them a political power seat, and they're afraid of losing it. And it's a conflict of interest.
And as far as one of the things that you brought up, which was, I'm sure, powerful to many who are listening, is the impact of the schools. And you responded to Day Gardner, and you said that we're not just partially responsible to our children, what happens to them in these schools, we're fully responsible, aren't we?
We absolutely are. And we can study the Bible, and we can learn that parents are absolutely responsible for their children and their children's education, and specifically fathers. We don't have the right to undermine the teaching of God by putting our kids in a pagan school and then pretend that the schools are good. And I did it. My son's dead because of it. But many other people's children are destroyed in the schools systematically. And this has eternal consequence. Because if you can steal the belief of God away from small children, it's likely they will never return.
And you're with the organization now, Americans' Right to Life, and you were previously with Colorado Right to Life. Obviously something happened there. What can you tell the people about that?
Well, I was the president of Colorado Right to Life first. I am now the current president of American Right to Life. But when I was with Colorado Right to Life, we were an affiliate of National Right to Life. And as soon as I became president, I challenged them for their immorality and for the wicked laws they were promoting. And then when the partial birth abortion ban was ruled upon, and they were celebrating and saying that they saved lives, we exposed them with full-page newspaper ads at the brutality of the ruling that never had the ability to save even a single life.
The partial birth abortion ban was a waste of a lot of money and time, wasn't it?
It was a distraction. It raised $250 million for these people and never had the authority to give legal protection to even one baby, not one.
Now, as far as another topic that you discussed was, and then you can kill the baby, which of course you were saying that Bob Enyart had brought that up. What's significant about that?
If a law ends with, and then you can kill the baby, it's a bad law. It's significant because it gives us a quick way to assess proposed legislation. You don't need to spend a lot of time listening to lawyers. If it ends with, and then you can kill the baby, it's a bad law. So Roe versus Wade, that ends with, and then you can kill the baby. Now that's a ruling, not a law. But 17 states, before Roe was ruled on, had passed laws that allowed the intentional killing of innocent children. And those laws end with every one of them, and then you can kill the baby. And then it helps us evaluate pro-life laws. Because if we have a law that says wait 24 hours, and then you can kill the baby, that's a bad law. Because it endorses abortion. It says abortion's fine as long as you follow our rules, wait 24 hours, and you can kill the baby. It's immoral, it's wrong, and it's self-defeating. You can't end abortion by approving of abortion in some cases.
There are a lot of people out there who talk about life of the mother, and they make pro-lifers seem as if they're just not very kind, that we don't care about women,
right.
We want to see women die, and the life of the mother issue comes up all the time. What can you tell people about that?
Well, here's the real principle behind it. You don't need a law that says that you can kill a baby if his mother's life is in danger, unless your goal is just to kill the baby. The reality is, in medicine, as long as we're treating two people and our goal is to give them the best treatment we can, we've never been able to guarantee they'll all live. Some people are going to die. The concept is we're treating these people and caring for them and giving them the best treatment we can. Sometimes a mother will die, sometimes a baby will die, but as long as our goal is not to intentionally kill the baby, but to give them the best medical treatment we have the ability to, that's moral. That doesn't require an exception in law. You only need an exception when you're doing something wrong and you're intentionally killing an innocent person.
Gotcha. Well, we have a couple of kids here behind us, and I absolutely loved having them in this. And for those of you out there who might think that these children were a distraction to this, why don't you tell us a story about these children?
Well, these are my kids, Rachel and Isaac, and they are one of God's greatest blessings that I've ever received. And we adopted both of these guys, I think it's been about 4.5 years ago. And I think it's about 4.5 years. And they're the light of my life. Okay.
How long ago was it? 100 years?
100.
100.
I think it was 5. 5.
Okay, well he's close.
They're closer. Yeah.
Children are wonderful, aren't they?
Yeah. Children are a blessing from God.
You bet. Well, thank you, Brian. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I look so tiny in the camera.
Okay.